All right, now it's time for this one. Good luck, everybody. We're going to start with the blasters and work our way up to those hobbies. Empty box. All right, Levy, Byron Young, Witherspoon, Jesse Bates going to the Falcons to start us off. We got Terrell Davis, Freeney, Braylon Allen for the Jets, and Jalen Petrie going to Houston on the laser. Keenan Allen, Jacoby Myers, Bill Parcells, and Alatu going to Indy. We would like more rookies, please. Williams, Lofton, J.C. Latham for the Titans, and a big play Slay for the Eagles. Nick Chubb, Tajay, Miles Sanders on the silver going to Carolina, and an Olave for New Orleans with a kid reporter for good measure. All right, come on. How about a QB Prism? Give us a QB, will you? Kyle Hamilton, Kyron Williams, our boy Tip for Arizona, and a Dallas Turner. Old Dallas Turner. All right, Mosaic, you're up. Maybe a Sombrero Cat gets the luck on him. We'll see a Genesis tonight, or a Micro Mosaic, Kaleidoscopic, Honeycomb, Stained Glass. We're not picky. We're not picky. Empty box. All right, good luck, everybody. We got Highsmith, Harrison Smith, Whitehead, Drake May. All right, we're on the right track. Xavier Worthy on the debut Mosaic for KC. And a Cooper Kupp on the notoriety with a kid reporter. All right, now we're trending in the right direction. We like that. Once we break the ice with the QBs, the rest of them should just wander out. That's how it's supposed to go. We got Buddha, Javante, Trayvon, Barry Sanders on the Hall of Fame for the Lions, Rashad White, and a Stidham going to Denver. James Cook, Singletary, Gus Edwards, Junior Colson for the Chargers. We got Renardo Green on the Mosaic going to the 49ers, and a Debo Epic Performers also for the 49ers. A 49ers pack. A.J. Brown, Achan. We got Roma Dunze on the debut for the Bears. Altoon, Jared Verse for the Rams, and a George Kittle for the 49ers again. Watson, DeAndre Swift. We got Josh Allen on the National Pride for the Bills. Vinny, Earl Campbell on the silver for Tennessee. And a Christian Watson for Green Bay on the Elevate. All right, come on, last pack. You can do this. You can do this, Mosaic. Or you can't. Pittman, Jordan, Mayer. We got Trey Benson on the debut for Arizona. Lassiter for Houston. And Amon-Ra for the Lions on the National Pride. We approve. All right, Optic. We got 2 downtown chances. Please let us hit at least one of them. Empty box. Trey McBride, Ramondre, Cade Stover for Houston on the blue scope, and a Malik Washington for Miami. Goff, Jordan Addison, Marshawn Lloyd for Green Bay, and a Drake May again. All right, Drake May. The Todd Father is in the house. What's up, Todd Father? Hope you're doing good today. Yeah, they are nice. They are nice. But I'll say those boxes, I don't know why. Why does it have to be so expensive? Why? Dalton Kincaid, Waddle, Max Melton for Arizona on the silver, and a Roma Dunze for the Bears. You got to get in line for that, Henry. There's a line for that. Diggs, Byron Young, Rakestraw for Detroit. All right, not often I see the Lions on the blue scope. And a Jatavian Sanders for Carolina. Take it, Lions. Keenan Allen, Kyron Williams, Jalen Polk on the hidden potential for New England, and a Isaac for Baltimore. Blasters have been mighty quiet. These packs or something. Cortland Sutton, Josh Palmer, Derrick Henry on the silver, and a Jordan Travis for the Jets. Yeah, pretty quiet on that. All right, Phoenix, you're going to have to pick it up for us. Phoenix is next. Sorry, Sombrero Cat. Got to bring some luck, buddy. All right, let's go, Phoenix. Empty box. All right, good luck, guys. Will Levis, Najee, Etienne, Stafford, Mostert, Bland, Garrett Wilson, and a Javon Baker for New England. Quiet pack. Trey McBride, Queen, we got back there. Trevor Lawrence, Brian Burns, James Cook. Oh, look at that. Gridiron Crowns, Marshawn Lloyd going to Green Bay. That's pretty sick. That is sick right there. Tyler Lockett for Seattle, That is 3 out of 75. And Adonai Mitchell for Indy. Yes. Yes, Justin. I've never pulled one. I want to yell out case hit, but I know it's at least a short print. But I've never actually pulled one of those before. So that's pretty sick. Definitely a rare card. Yeah, it's the first one I've seen as well. So I kind of think that's a case hit. But even if it isn't a case hit, it's definitely a very short print. Because I've never pulled one. Mike Evans, Russell Wilson, Mathau, Mark Andrews, Dak Prescott. We got Flournoy for the Cowboys on the Pandora. Bryce Young is out of 200. 76 out of 200 for Carolina. And a Lassiter for Houston. Yes, there should be a break pinned. I have another break pinned. If it fills tonight, we'll run it tonight. Otherwise, I'll pick it up tomorrow. And I can hang out for a while tonight to fill it if you guys want to do it. Otherwise, that'll be tomorrow's break. But that is Midnight Hobby, Resurgence Hobby, and a full box of Prism Cellos. It should be pinned. I'll see where it's at after, if we're going to do that one or not. I think we got our auto here. White, Scary Terry, Myles Garrett, Hendrickson, Hines Allen, Deshaun Watson, Chop Robinson for the Dolphins. I didn't add it the right way. For the Jags, Brian Thomas, 30 out of 33. Nice hit for the Jags. How about that? Nice hit for the Jags. Who had the Jags tonight? Fire. It is a case hit. I kind of thought it was. Because I'd never seen it before. And it wasn't numbered. So that's sweet. Brian Thomas Jr. on the auto. That's 30 out of 33. Nice hit, Fire. Excellent. We approve. He must not be in here. He'll be happy when he sees it. Franklin, Mahomes, Trey Tucker, Hutch, Karlaftis, Kyle Duggar on the Pandora. We got Saquon. I think that's out of 125, and it is. 21 out of 125 for Philly, and a Jared Verse for the Rams. Yeah, Brian Thomas auto out of 33 and a case hit. I'd call this box a win. And we still got some packs to go. Hey, Rob. Hope you're doing good. Pittman, Dobbs, Tyler Lockett, Logan Wilson, CJ, Jalen Warren. We got Jalen Johnson for the Bears and a Xavier Legette for Carolina. Quincy Williams, Fanga, Sweat, Diggs, Kyler Murray, Gardner Minshew. We got Quinyon Mitchell for the Eagles. That's 134 out of 200. And Jonah Ellis for Denver. Still plenty of time, Kelly. Plenty of time, but they have been hiding so far. But Sombrero Cat Here's your cry for help. So hopefully he answers it. Zach Moss, Nico, Trayvon Walker, Brees Hall, James Conner. Hey, look at that. Nice little Jaden right there. So shiny. So shiny. We approve. Look at this. Eric All for the Bengals. That is 19 out of 75. And a little Brock Bowers action. Nice pack. Yeah, Garth, congrats on the case hit. I hadn't seen that case hit before. I'm pretty sure I haven't. So congrats on that. I think usually we get the Phoenician. Hey, what's up, Steel City? Hope you're doing good today. All right, we still got a couple packs. Could be a couple surprises still in here. And again, if you're interested in the next break, it should be pinned there with a Midnight Hobby in there. Got a Contours coming. Parsons, Ramondre, Tajay, Levante David, Swift, Josh Downs, Micah Parsons on the Contours going to the Cowboys, and a Malik Washington for Miami. Well, now we have, Garth. Now we have. Quay Walker, TJ Watt, Tyreek Stevenson, Saquon, Derrick Henry. We got Matt Stafford. That should be out of 200. 5 out of 200 for the Rams. We got Evan Ingram on the Pandora going to the Jags, and another Drake May. Yeah, you're on a good roll, Garth. Jags are doing some fine work as well. Now, if we can get a case hit out of a Phoenix, how about we get a case hit out of that Clearly? I think everybody would be on board with that. Let's see what we can do. Good luck, everybody. All right. Come on now, Sombrero Cat. Empty box. Good luck, everybody. All right, we got Anthony Richardson. We got Tua. Oh, hello there. 39 out of 49 out of Caleb. Nice hit for the Bears. That's a beauty. 39 out of 49. Very nice. Troy Franklin for Denver and Estime for Denver as well. All right, good start. We approve. Who are the Bears? Fire had the Bears. Is Fire not out there? Where are you at, Fire? You got to be out there. He keeps hitting. I'll send him an invite. We got Josh Allen. We got DeAndre Swift. Nate Wiggins on the pink for Baltimore. Little Blake Corum action. And a Tyler Nubin for the Giants. All right, the Giants showed up. We need more than that, though. We need a lot more than that. We got Mahomes, Kenneth Walker. We got Spencer Rattler on the bomb squad going to the Saints. Edgerrin Cooper for Green Bay and Nate Wiggins again. I think you missed Maybe a numbered Eagles or two, Bobby. The big hits, Green Bay got a case hit. Brian Thomas Jr. on the auto, and we hit a Caleb out of 49 so far, and we're about to hit an auto here. Good luck, everybody. We got Puka. We got James Cook. And for the Jets, Braylon Allen on the auto, going to the Jets. Even the Jets can hit with another Braylon Allen and a Jermaine Burton behind that. How about that for the Jets? Who had the Jets today? AD. Congrats, AD. Bobby, they won the Super Bowl, Bobby. You missed it. Bobby missed it. Oh, that's a great response. All right, guys, resurgence time. Oh, you'll have to watch the replay, Bobby. They had a good year. All right, guys, we got 3 autos. One should be an RPA. Yesterday it was Marvin Harrison Jr. Gold RPA. Let us see what we can get today. Good luck, everybody. We got Theismann, Woodson, Tony Dorsett, Josh Cribbs, Will Shipley. There you go, Bobby. 8 out of 15. That's nice for the Eagles right there. Good start. Circuit Breakers, another Will Shipley. Mason Smith for the Jags, and a Jalen Wright for the Dolphins. Yeah, we'll take that, Bobby. 8 out of 15. Richard Dent, Suggs, Herman Moore, John Randall, Revis, what? Bryce Young. That's 172 out of 275 going to Carolina on the conductors. I love their inserts. We got Isaiah Davis for the Jets and a Roman Wilson for Pittsburgh. We got Harrison, Kuechly, Walter Payton, Chris Carter, Braden Fisk on the refractor, Bo Nix on the conductors. We like that, Denver. Chris Braswell for the Buccaneers, and a Carte. Seems like we should be getting to an auto here pretty quick. Bettis, Eddie George, Montana, Earl Campbell, Jacob Cowing on the refractor for the 49ers, Luke McCaffrey on the circuit breakers, Eric All for Cincinnati, and a Mims also for Cincinnati. Barry, Michael Irvin, Thurman Thomas, Michael Vick, Jim Kelly on the refractor, Peyton Manning. This one is for Denver, and it's 6 out of 15. Peyton Manning on the Denver. Out of 15. Denver on a roll. Cade Stover for Houston, and a Jared Wiley for KC. That's 2 out of 15s. Yeah, I know, a lot of low numbers. It makes me wonder, is something special lurking? Please say something special is lurking. All right, usually there's one auto in each side, so this should be an auto, I think. Staubach, Emmett, Jim Kelly, Ogden, Ray Davis for Buffalo. That's 6 out of 199. For the Bills, Jaden Daniels on the Conductors. Joe Alt, and there's a Malik Neighbors. Thank you, Malik. Hopefully not our last Malik. That means 3 autos hiding on the other side. Okay. So be it. All right, we got 6 packs. That one feels like an RPA right there. Keyshawn, Terrell Owens, Howie Long, Emmett on the refractor for the Cowboys. This looks like an auto. Good luck, guys. Oh, look at that. Xavier Worthy, 81 out of 125. Going to Kansas City. There we go. Nice for KC. John Elway on the Glimmer and Gleam. Jackson Powers Johnson and Kingsley Suamatayo. And I'm just faking that name. It sounds good. Let's see. KC was Jimsky. Are you out there, Jimsky? You are. Congrats. Congrats. On the packs? I don't know what you mean. The packs are all the same. Marcus Allen, Randy Moss, Kurt Warner, Chad Johnson. We got Gronk. That is 25 out of 75 going to New England. Take that, New England. Brock Bowers on the Voltaic for the Raiders. Lassiter and a Leofow for the boys. Oh, I get you. Well, how would he even... You'd only see those packs if you had them, right? Very confusing. Okoye, Jerry Rice, Kelsey. I think we got a redemption. Tom Brady, we do. Good luck, guys. Bucky Irving for Tampa Bay. We got Cooper DeJean. Steve Young on the Glimmer and Gleam. All right, here we go. Congrats. Resurgence rookie signature of Cooper DeJean for Bobby Dalton. How about that, Bobby Dalton? Congrats, Bobby. Wow, Xavier Worthy and Cooper DeJean. I don't know what to expect out of this RPA. I don't know where we go from here. because those are a couple good autos. So does that mean, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that, because that's a couple good ones. We got a couple low numbers. I don't know what we're going to get on that RPA. Adrian Peterson, Isaac Bruce, Hines Ward, Will Levis, Luke McCaffrey on the refractor, Luke McCaffrey on the circuit breakers. There's a Jaden, we'll take that, and a Junior Colson. That was a Washington pack all the way. QB Stinky, I like it. I hope it is a QB. But I don't know. Usually they tend to balance things out, don't they? If we got Xavier Worthy, Cooper DeJean, and one of the big QBs, this would be definitely a juiced box. Flutie, Singletary, Troy Aikman, J.J. Watt, Ogden. We got Marshall Faulk on the Voltaic, Brock Bowers, and Edgar and Cooper for Green Bay. I mean, I'm all for a juiced box. And we're down to this. Good luck, guys. I don't know what we're getting here. I'll do a recap as soon as we're done here. And then we'll see about this other break. Ed McCaffrey, Egrin James, Marshall Faulk. We got Rook for Atlanta, Cole Bishop for the Bills, Brock Bowers on the Voltaic, and come on, player worn. Dallas Turner shows up 1 out of 25. Going to the Vikings on the amped up. I did have my reasonable doubts on that. Going to the Vikings. That's Jeffy. Nice hit, Jeffy, out of 25. You were close, Stinky. You were close. I'll give you half credit on that. We'll give you half credit. All right. At least Jeffy got a little something out of that. All right. Give me a second, and I'll do a recap here, guys. If you had a rough break, I will help you, because that's what I do. A few of you did pretty darn good, though. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, for the most part, this was all pretty good. We had Jaden Cooper DeJean on the redemption. Xavier Worthy was out of 125 for KC. Peyton Manning out of 15 going to Denver. Will Shipley was out of 15 for the Eagles. Marshawn Lloyd case hit Gridiron Crowns for Green Bay. Drake May, Xavier Worthy on the Mosaic debut. Latu Laser, Brock Bowers Voltaic out of 25. Dallas Turner RPA. Brock Bowers again. Gronk out of 75 for New England. Brock Bowers Voltaic. Jaden on the conductors. Ray Davis out of 199 for Buffalo. Malik. Bo Nix conductors. Bryce Young out of 275. Braylon Allen on the auto for the Jets. Spencer Rattler Bomb Squad. Caleb was out of 49 for the Bears. Drake May. Ingram on the Pandora. Stafford out of 200. Micah on the contours. Jaden. Eric All was out of 75. Brock Bowers. Quinion Mitchell was out of 200 for the Eagles. Saquon out of 125. Kyle Duggar, Pandora. Brian Thomas was out of 33 for the Jags. Nice hit. Flournoy, Pandora for Dallas. Bryce Young out of 200 for Carolina. Tyler Lockett for Seattle out of 75. Jalen, Hidden Potential for New England. Rakestraw, Blue Scope. Marshawn Lloyd, Blue Scope. Drake May, and a Cade Stover, Blue Scope. All right.